Hello everyone, I'm Farmer Sim and welcome back to Zielonka. Now this is episode 4 of the Let's Play series. I hope you're all doing very well and having a good day. Right, so what's happening today? We're in the same game day as we were in the last episode, the 1st of September. What we have ahead of us, I have 5 fields, I think, empty fields. Let's have a quick check. 1, 2, 3, 4 fields. I've got 5 fields. Sorry, yeah, 2 of them I converted into 1, didn't I? So we've got 4 empty fields. We've got the 2 that I created in the last episode in our area of empty land. We've got the smaller one here, and we've got the big one in the distance over there behind those trees. We have this one here that I think I limed that in the last episode, didn't I? And yeah, and we've got this one here that we made from 2 fields into 1. Now, everything aside, this one needs drilling. They all need drilling. This one needs a coat of lime, as do the 2 empty ones. I need to lease a field scanner to get the precision farming data for the 2 new ones that were created in the last episode. And obviously, like I said, they need liming, and then they need drilling. And to do all of those things, or most of those things, I need money. We don't have a great deal of it at the minute. We've got about £7,000 in the bank. I know I've said it before. We've got a few grand's worth of stuff in the silo here, but it's not a huge amount. We've got a couple of crops, some of which I need to keep aside for the chickens. Not a huge amount again, but yeah, I've just been a bit hesitant from that. A, because there's not a huge amount, and B, because it's not technically the right time to do it. We have also, obviously, we've got the red beet over in the field in the distance there that still isn't quite ready to be harvested. Any of you who have watched my latest Court Farm series will know that I had a little bit of fun, shall we say, harvesting the carrots in that series, and that was using the bigger harvesting machine that has a capacity. So obviously the one we have here is one of the ones that uses the boxes to load up. So obviously up until now I've been quite excited to get involved in all this stuff, but now there's a bit of hesitance and a bit of trepidation about the whole thing, because knowing how long it took me to harvest, essentially it was the field was about twice the size of a relatively large postage stamp, and it took me about 6 hours. Yeah, so how long this one's going to take me using this bit of equipment, I do not know. But it would seem there's a possibility that this silo may well take carrots. I haven't tested that yet. It should be simple for me to test, and I will do that at some point. So there's a possibility I might be able to stick the carrots in here. But again, I don't know how that's going to work, because they're going to be coming from boxes and not from a harvester or a trailer. So yeah, that's going to be fun. But I know, I say this loosely. Fortunately, I'm not going to be doing that right now. They're still not ready to be harvested, and I'm in no rush to fast forward time to get on with that. So yeah, as I say, so I need some money. That's the first thing I need to get started with. I need the money to be able to afford the lime to put into the fields that haven't yet got lime. I need a couple of quid to afford to lease a scanner. I know that's not going to be a huge amount of money, but yeah, either way, and I need to be able to afford the seed and the fertilizer following the seed when the seed's in the ground. Now, we do have the rest of this month to plant canola, and we can do wheat and barley as well, going into next month as well. So we've got a bit of time ahead of us. But what we're going to do today, in order for me to get hopefully a few quid in the bank to be able to afford these things that I need to get, is I've taken on a couple of contracts, 3 in total. 1 in field 57, 1 in field 89, and 1 in field 78. Field 78 is a baling contract, a silage bale contract. Field 57 is a parsnips harvest contract. But wait. And field 89 is a sorghum harvest contract. Now, field 89, of course, we can do ourselves with our own equipment, because we've got the harvester, and we have the grain header and a tractor and trailer. The other 2, I've had to lease the equipment. Now, fortunately, the leasing of this, or borrow the equipment, sorry. The borrowing of the equipment isn't a lot of money, to be fair. So let's jump over to, we'll head ourselves over to the store, because that's where everything is. I've got all the leased equipment over there. kind of ready to go. I have wired in all the 3 fields into the auto drive network, so I can send everything back into where I need to send them to. And I've also got the IMT and the Fiat over there hooked up to a bit of equipment to help with the work. So I'll see you over there in a few moments. Right, here we are at the shop. And no, I haven't won the lottery or got another loan. But check that out. We're going to have a dabble with this today. I'm determined to try and get a little bit of positivity back towards the harvesting of premium vegetables. And this was the piece of equipment that the contractor was telling me I could use. It's got a massive 3-meter width to it, so that's going to be a little bit of reprieve from the previous 0.8 meters on the harvester that I was using on Court Farms. So yeah, and the field isn't too big, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, touch wood, I'm hoping that I'm not being too naive, that it's going to be relatively straightforward. But what will potentially add a bit of difficulty to it is this, because I've never really used a convoy like this, a trailer on a trailer. This is the equipment, obviously, for the parsnip harvest. We've got this lovely John Deere 6250R. We've got these 2 trailers, and we've got the big behemoth over here. So that's the equipment for that, and obviously for the baling contract, we're all no stranger to what you need for grass work. So we've been lent this lovely little Valtra. We've got the front mower, we've got the rear mower, and the 2 bale pickups, the wrapper, the baler, and the rower. And of course, our equipment, the Fiat and the IMT, hooked up to these, just to save me a couple of trips back and 2. I may as well use them, and I save a bit of time because there's going to be a little bit of time ahead of us. So yeah, now financially, hopefully these are going to give us a good start, I suppose, because I know that so far in the 3 episodes that we've had so far, it's been a bit of a slow burner. We've not got a huge amount of money. We've got, as I say, we've got just over £7,000 at the minute. So field, now which one's which, actually? In fact, I'll just pop into the menus and show you. I do have things written down, but I forgot to write down which field is which. So there we go. Oh, that's George, isn't it? To those of you who know George, there he is. The baling contract is paying £5,674. After the leasing costs, we'll get £5,433 for that one. And of course, we may well benefit from a handful of extra bales, hopefully. We shall see. And that's obviously going to the farmer's market. The parsnip harvesting field 57, paying £7,854. After the rental fees of the equipment, that's £7,331. And field 89's harvesting, obviously that's the one we're using with our own equipment. So in total, after the leasing costs, we stand to earn £18,243, which is wonderful, because it's about time we got into a few more figures on our bank balance. Now, obviously, that's before any extra bales we get from the silage contract and any extra crops we may gain from the parsnip and sorghum harvest. So I can only keep all fingers and appendages crossed that we make a couple of quid from all of this. In my usual fashion, I'm going to pop each of the jobs into its individual cinematic. I am quite keen to get this one into a cinematic, see what that looks like, see if I can make something from it, and of course the grass work, etc., etc. So I think there's nothing left to do but to get started. I feel. Who's beeping at me? What are you beeping at me for? Have I got like a big radius on me? If I come close, there you go. Ah, go on. Ah, you see. Go on, get lost. What are you doing? Silly drivers, I'm nowhere near you. Right, anyway. Let's get this lot in the field and get to work, shall we?
Jokes she made, I wish that I hadn't.
Well, sigh of relief, that's all I can say. That was a nightmare. Similar to the last one I did on Court Farm, eh? It seems this premium vegetable stuff seems to be much harder than it seems. Yeah, that was hard work. I do hope more than anything that the little cinematic that I've just that you will have just seen then has come out slightly okay. I think I said the similar thing before on the Court Farm series as well, didn't I? Yeah, I'm just not... there wasn't a huge amount of decent footage I could get out of that because I couldn't automate it. The course itself seemed to work alright with this big lump, but auto drive, it doesn't see this as a harvester because when you bring up courseplay, there's a harvester mode, isn't there, for when you're running grain cart, but it doesn't I don't think the game sees this as in the same bracket or whatever you want to call it as an actual combine harvester. But either way, absolute nightmare. And these things, what a nightmare. Double whammy nightmare when you've got two of them. One dolly trailer in on its own is hard work. Two of them joined together. Nah. Hard work. As you can tell, Farmer Sim's in a bit of a bad mood. I mean, we didn't even do that well out of it financially either. We made 818 quid off the top of it, and to top it all, I got an environmental score penalty of £12. I don't even know what I've done wrong there. But you know what? Yeah, hard work. So anyway, we're going to go into the contracts menu. Where are we? Dum. £7,854. Collect. Thank you. Done. I'm going to say never again. But I do have my own field of the stuff to harvest, don't I? Yeah, that's going to be fun. So I've tried one field of them with the big stuff. I suppose it might have been easy. At one point during that whole fiasco, if you can call it that, I was even considering leasing out a big trailer just to see if it would make life even 2.5% easier, but I decided against it because obviously the whole reason I'm doing this is for money, so I wasn't just going to throw money down the drain, so to speak. Yeah, but obviously all I've got left now is to do my own field of red beet with the harvester machine that puts everything into boxes. I still don't know what I'm going to do about that because I don't have anything with a front loader. I don't have a forklift truck. I may literally just, for the purposes of getting it done, just use super strength to put them on me. Really? Did you hear that? I'm just walking innocently down the grass verge down the side and I just get, a car just stops and just beeps at me and drives off. Yeah, that just sums up my morning so far, doesn't it? Right, do you know what? Let's go and chill out and go and mow some grass, shall we? Right. Finally. Baling job done. These things are a bit finicky, aren't they? I've never actually used these things before in the game, so this was actually a first for me. Yeah. Bit fiddly, but we got it done nonetheless. So, bale job report. We have made, from that job in total, we've made £3,778. So that was wonderful. But on top of that as well, we also got penalised again. I'm assuming it's because my precision farming score isn't quite good, so I'm assuming that's why I'm getting penalised. But I got penalised minus £44, which was wonderful. So anyway, now we are sat at a much better than previously, £18,666. So let's get ourselves into the contract menu, throw that one in. There we go, £24,098. It's not a lot, don't get me wrong, I'm aware of that, but it's much better than the 7-odd thousand that we started today's episode on, eh? So, all that's left to do now, it's 3:15 in the afternoon, we have hopefully a relatively straightforward combine harvest job to do. So, let's get ourselves home, pick up the combine, and get to work yet again. Right, that's us all done. That's the last tractor and trailer load making its way to the grain mill. So let's get ourselves back to the farm. Let's get all this lot back to the farm anyway. And we'll run through some numbers and see how we benefited from that contract. So I'll see you in a few moments. Here we are, back at the farm. Long day of contracting, or a long afternoon as it were. Right, this can go straight into there. Let's give that a bit of space. Stick this back in here, carefully, if I can. There we go. Oof. Wow, what a day. Or an afternoon as it were. So, the sorghum harvest, how did we do from that? Well, we got, at the end of it, when we'd completed the contract, we got £1,778 for a little bit of extra crop. And we didn't get penalised. That's the only one of the 3 contracts we've done today that we didn't get penalised. But either way, 1,700 quid is not to be sniffed at. So, let's... oh, and there was one other thing. As I was just checking on all of this, and I was just about to turn in the contract, another contract has appeared, and I cannot turn this one down. So if I jump into the menu very quickly, look at that. Cultivating. 9,776 quid. I cannot turn my nose up at that. So, we're going to turn this one in. Boom. We've got a couple more harvested ones, but I ain't touching those. I've had enough of extra bits and bobs, potatoes and carrots and parsnips and all that malarkey. But this one, 9,700 quid. Yes, please. We're going to have a bit of that. So I'm just going to do this one off camera. I know I've done 2 or 3 cinematics already in this episode, and I don't want to annoy anyone, as it were, or just, you know, bore anyone with the same old. So I'm going to do this one off camera. I'm going to connect the IMT up to the cultivator. It's actually in the biggest field on the map as well. It's field 55. So if we pop into the PDA very quickly, it's this field here, which, if we zoom out, this is the biggest field on the map. So it might take us a little bit of time, but it's absolutely worth it for just shy of 10 grand. So we're currently at 31,356 quid. We started the episode on 7, so that is pretty good. Regardless of how much of a pain in the neck things may have been, it's all about the money. And 31 grand, or soon to be probably 41 grand, give or take a bit. That's what we're going to be on. So it's just, it has to be done, doesn't it? There's no question about it. Because I do have a couple of things I'd like to do at the end of this episode once this cultivation job is done. Or maybe just one thing at the minute anyway. But obviously regarding the placeables that we have in the farm already, this is our seed tank. This is our lime tank. I'm going to need a fertilizer tank. And there's one from this pack that is £5,000 that I'd like to get placed down so that we are ready to begin the next episode when we will be finishing off the liming in our fields and seeding and fertilizing, getting our crops into the ground. So that's the plan. That's what I'd like to do. So as I said, we're going to we'll get all this lot tidied up. I'm going to send the IMT off to do the cultivating contract, and I will pick you all up pretty much when that cultivation contract is done. So see you all as soon as possible. There we go. Job done. That was easy. That was an easy 10 grand, that, pretty much. For what, 55 minutes work I think that took. And while this has been busy, I've been a little bit busy anyway. So, let's get back to the farm. I'll show you what I've been doing. There we go. Right. So, first things first, let's turn in this here contract. 9,776 quid. If only they were all that easy, eh? Done. Right. So, let me show you what I've been doing while that's been busy. So we're now currently sat at 30,550 because I spent a couple of pounds on having a bit of a rejig around the back here. So, this is what we now have. We have a diesel tank. All of these were, they're pretty much £5,000 each, plus a couple of quid depending on how much landscaping it needs doing when you place it down. But we now have a diesel tank on the farm, which has been needed. So we've got that, and this is our fertilizer tank. You essentially pull up to here and refill, and you get charged as you refill. So that's that. But there, I've always loved this pack. I've had it installed for quite a while now, but just the patina and the old look and the old rusty look, I just love that, and I think it really, really suits this area, this map. This is our seed tank. We had that down there before, and this is the lime tank, of course. We had that down there before as well. But I have obviously done a little bit of re-landscaping, as it were. I can't do anything about these. These annoy me a bit, how these black and yellow lines kind of lift off the ground when you do any landscaping around here. But do you know what? I'll just have to live with that for now. This is quite a big thing. I appreciate that. But again, it just looks perfect, I think. It really does. The old fuel filler. Yeah, perfect. But yeah, as I say, just repainted in a different lane, making like an in and an out, as it were. But what I have done, I'll just I'll jump into construction mode and make it a bit easier. I've started the lane off that's going to head off down this way. That's going to make its way in towards these trees here, where I do plan on putting a cow barn at some point when we can afford it. I have quite liked the idea of, like I say, nestling it into these trees and making it look like it's been there forever. So that's the plan there. But yeah, I think it looks quite cool. I do plan at some point I am going to make it look a little bit better than it is. You know, add a few bushes here and there, maybe a couple of trees, just to make it look again like it's been there for a while. I may do that off camera between episodes. I'm not too sure. But yeah, but trees cost money when you place them anyway. So I figured I'd do that at a later date when we do have a little bit more of a disposable income. But to be fair, £30,000, considering we started the episode on 7, I'm really quite happy with that. It's been a long afternoon's work, a couple of difficult ones, obviously, with the parsnips. Do hope that cinematic turns out okay. Now, forgive me, I know in this episode I kind of went from, I feel like I've gone from cinematic to cinematic. I haven't actually stitched the video together yet. I'm still recording it, obviously. But I do hope it hasn't been too much too annoying or too different or whatever. Essentially just going from cinematic to cinematic. But either way, I do hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you like where we've got to now. Well, financially anyway. We do still have the red beets to come. I'm increasingly anxious about this, I must admit. Having now experienced the premium expansion, so to speak, crop-wise, I've done the carrots on Court Farms. That was a pain. I've done the parsnips over there with the really big machine, and that was an absolute pain. And now, to finish it all off, we're going to be doing our red beets with the box harvester, I think I'm going to call it. I've no idea how that's going to turn out. Probably terrible, but we shall see. Time will tell. In the next episode, at the beginning of the next episode at least, I am going to be liming and drilling and yeah, getting these these 4 fields I think I've got with crop, getting them sorted, leaving that for as long as possible, the red beets. But yes, so now at least £30,000, that gives us a bit of a safety net. So it means I should be able to afford at least to get the fields limed, to get the fields drilled with seed, and to get them fertilized as well. That's one of the main reasons why I've done all the contracts that I've done today, because I needed the money to be able to do that. So speculate to accumulate and all that. But yeah, I do hope you like the slightly newer layout that we've got here. Yeah, I do. I really quite like it. Right, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am going to call it here for today's episode. Thank you very much for your time, for watching the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it and found it a little bit of fun and a bit interesting. As always, if you're new to my channel and you found this video and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting the subscribe button and joining the channel, and hitting the like button on the video if you can as well. Both those things go a long way to helping my channel grow. And as always, there is a host of links in the video description below with my promo code. If any of you are in the market for an add-on, a DLC, a season pass, even the full game itself, or this premium expansion, there is a link in that video description below. So if you're in the market for one of those and you fancy helping out a content creator at the same time, I would be massively appreciative. So thanks again, everyone, and I shall see you in episode 5.